Hi everyone, welcome back to the Music Chap YouTube channel. Here we are today to talk to you about another album, and this time around we're diving into pop music for the first time on the channel, I think. So this is Endless Summer Vacation, yes, by Miley Cyrus. And yes, I mean, Miley, she's no stranger. She's very well known from back in the day, since the Disney times, but yes, she's been on a mission to really try and make her path her own, and in terms of her career, very specific and well targeted, I think. So this is her eighth studio album. She's done quite a lot of things, and she's not a baby anymore, that's for sure. And while she has been successful, it looks as though over the past few years she hasn't been too sure of where she wants to be, or even what she wants to be. It's like she cannot allow herself to be just a pop music artist, and she needs to have some sort of decollage from what she was in the past, like from baby Miley Cyrus. But this was definitely more evident over the last, few years, and over the last 2-3 albums. This time round, with this Endless Summer Vacation album, I feel like she has finally come to terms with her public persona and her actual artistry. But who knows what she's gonna do next? You never know. But yes, in this particular album, she is pretty sure and confident of what she wants to come across as. So more mature, more well-rounded as an artist, and simply a pop artist without all the craziness, I think. So as I said, this is the 8th studio album from Miley, and we cannot really discuss this album without touching the subject of the first single, which was Flowers. And God, this was a huge success. Not only a huge success that really topped the charts pretty much everywhere, but this is an actual good song, actually a great pop song. So it's no surprise that this particular single hit #1 in so many markets, so many different countries across the globe. And it's a true testament to her current public persona as a grown woman, as she was able to put forward a single, a song that's really powerful, really well composed, very well sung, and all in all, it's full of good stuff. Great performances, good composition, good songwriting, a good theme actually, because it's kind of it's a love song, a sad song, but it's got this twist to it. She sings stating that she is perfectly capable of being on her own without her lover, and she'll do fine. She'll be able to do all these things by herself, write her name in the sand, buy herself flowers, do all things on her own. So yes, it's a good theme, it's a good message. So no wonder this did that well, this single in particular. And all in all, this album sounds a lot more mature, a lot more purposeful, I would say, and even intelligent. It's smart what she has done in some areas of this particular album. She even put at the end, I think, another version of this Flowers song, pretty much an acoustic version of it. So at this point we have the single, which was great, a really catchy, powerful and well composed song. And so far so good. And it definitely looks as though we're on to a winner here, because even though early albums of course were a lot different and didn't do that good, exception of course would be her previous release, which was Plastic Hearts, which did pretty well. So at this point, when we look into the single, yes, this looks and sounds promising. Well written pop, good aesthetics, good arrangements, good performances, all in all a good recipe. As we move into other tracks of this record, it's a mixed bag, because some of it is alright, some of it's actually quite good, but I would say that maybe 50% of it not that well put together, if you know what I mean. She even managed to put some interesting stuff in it, like some little bits and pieces of country music, and it's great to see that her vocals aren't too pop, like as in too soft, and on the background they are rougher in places, they are strong, they are committed to the actual song, as in, okay, the vocals are a huge component to each song, and she does deliver, which is great. And we all know that she has this very particular tone, very particular way of singing, and a great testament to that is one of the songs that's called You. This is definitely one of the best songs in the album, and certainly one of her best performances, which is possibly the main reason why this song is that good. It's pretty much to do with her performance. Great cadences, great runs. I mean, all in all, a great performance. Then of course, when you dive into, the rest of the album, this is for sure an easy listening, relaxed, nice quality pop album. It is certainly predictable, and some of the ballads might be a bit too basic, if you will, especially when you look at the instrumental bits of the songs. But yes, it's one of those cases where the single, it's so strong and so powerful that the rest of the album doesn't really even come close. You can pick whatever songs, but this Flowers song, it's just really nicely done, and quite an achievement for her. And then all in all, I think that the main surprise and the main takeaway from this album, and what really surprised me, is the fact that the main thing, her vocals and herself as an artist, which to me came as a surprise. I cannot say I'm a follower of her work, and what I get is really what's on the mainstream, but yes, I was surprised, and I feel like her vocals are really unique to the pop music scene, and I really think she knows it, because she's starting to take advantage of it by putting these songs together that really favor her tone and her style of singing. In most of the songs, what's really good is the actual dynamics and the actual sense of proximity that you have when you listen to it, which it's basically accomplished by her vocals alone. There are of course some silly bits, especially in like a couple of songs, that I feel like she shouldn't have done or recorded that way, but it is what it is. So when it comes to my favorite tracks, I'll have to say, of course, Flowers first and foremost, then You, and also 1,000 Miles. As for my less favorite tracks, I would say Island, Jaded, where she actually does a few things you wouldn't expect and that sound a bit bizarre. And lastly, Rose-Colored Lenses. Don't think that's a particularly good song as well. So all in all, my score for this album would be a 6 in 10. I feel like this is a great accomplishment, and that Miley Cyrus, she's like now getting to terms with what she actually is as an artist, a pop artist that will aim at releasing good songs. They don't have to be like state-of-the-art songs, but they need to be powerful, they need to be good compositions, they need to fit a vocal style. It's just great to see that this is a pop album without being too soft on the edges, and that it can deliver good songs, good performances, and it does have good ideas behind it. If you have not listened to it, or if you have only listened to Flowers, I would encourage you to have a listen, especially these two other tracks that I've mentioned. They are quite good. Also the acoustic version of Flowers, it's worth a listen. So that's it for our Endless Summer Vacation album. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.